Hello and welcome to ICC. My name is Mr Corbett, I'm the head teacher here and it's my honour to do the job I do. We're very proud of the young people that we have here and all they achieve, and hopefully I can give you a small flavour of how we go about things here at ICC while you consider which secondary school is right for your child. We have a very strong school vision. It's really important to us that we value every child for who they are and the talents that they have. We really want to develop them to be successful young people by the time they leave us, having had a rich diversity of experiences and the opportunities to develop the talents that they have fully and develop as young people, widely respecting each other and seeing their place in society. So in terms of what we do within the school, our school culture is very important to us. The ethos of valuing every person, being respectful is vital. And as such, we like to take a positive approach to behaviour management. Our whole behaviour system is based around reward. We like to catch students doing the right thing. They regularly have reward points during lessons for their contributions to lessons for doing the right thing. We want to make sure that what the majority of students do, which is actually exactly what we ask them to do, is acknowledged so that they know that we value it. Of course, that accumulates and we celebrate all those students who've done the right thing consistently over time, every half term, with a reward party where they do something fun together. And it's just a very clear indication to them that they've consistently done the right thing and that we really recognise that. What we want to do most of all is to provide a happy, safe and caring environment, because students learn best when they're happy, when they feel comfortable. Nobody learns well when they're worried, anxious or afraid. So we want to make sure that everybody that comes to this school knows that they're safe, knows that they're looked after, knows that there are people who can help them when they're having difficulty, to ensure that they learn well and develop. And of course, we're a school. Our primary job is education, and we have a consistent focus on our classroom practice to make sure that we really are teaching well every lesson, every day. In terms of our curriculum offer, we believe that students do the best at the things that they enjoy and are good at, that it's important to have a strong base from Key Stage 3, but once students reach the end of Year 8, we feel that they have got to a point where they can choose things that they like and enjoy, things that are going to be preparing them for later life. We feel that they will engage better with their learning by doing the subjects that they choose. So we give them 3 years for their option subjects and they start those in Year 9, but we give them more choice than other schools do. We have 5 options choices and students benefit from that diverse curriculum. And because they have 5 choices, we have real breadth in terms of what they can choose. So students can follow the talents that they have. They can have a nice wide academic base, but also do some of those more specialised subjects that they will enjoy and will engage them. And we have an entitlement curriculum. This has been a little difficult over the last couple of years, but we take students, every student, to an art gallery, to a museum. We make sure that they have experience of the workplace. We make sure that they engage in a range of opportunities beyond the classroom that give them a wider sense of learning. We also have as a reward activity our IBAC award that rewards students who work hard and try hard. That is there to recognise those students who are doing their best consistently. And we have an award celebration at the end of every year where students graduate the IBAC if they have given their best. And we very much value our community. We see ourselves as a part of the community and want to give back to the community and integrate with it. We want to communicate really well with parents and those around us, because we see that we're an important part of the community that we serve. We work very closely with our local primary schools. We understand how important the transition process is and work really hard to make sure that that's smooth and that students feel confident and comfortable coming here. That's been quite difficult in the last 2 years, but certainly I know those who went to the summer school this summer at ICC really enjoyed that and benefited from that experience. And we recognise the importance of a strong core of academic learning, but also that students need to experience a wider body of different experiences. So the arts are very strong, performing arts are very well followed, and as our sport, these are things that really engage young people, and some people that's what they go to school for. I mentioned earlier the entitlement curriculum, so that every student has a range of experiences, including a residential experience, that they are entitled to and everybody engages in. We have tried for the last 2 years to offer that residential experience through a big camp. We will plan to do that again this year, even though we haven't managed to do it yet because of coronavirus. Duke of Edinburgh Award is up and running. We have an annual production. This year it will be a pantomime, and they're great fun and really enjoyable experiences for young people. We have a school newspaper, which we hope to get up and running again soon. We've had a lot of positive publicity from our solar car project, where we are working in partnership with Ardingly College and have raced the solar car that our students have jointly built in France, in Australia, and from Scotland to England. And all of these things, this wide body of diverse experiences is intended to develop students' interests, to make sure that they have a strong moral core because they value school and they value each other. And that leads them to all respect each other for who they are, for the talents that they have, the different things that they're interested in, the diversity of people that we have here, because there's something for everyone and everybody feels at home. And there are times in schools, because they're busy places, where things go a little bit wrong. Pencil cases are lost, knees are scratched, friendships fall away slightly. And it's really important that those things are picked up early, dealt with, so that students can have them resolved and move on very quickly. So we have a team of pastoral managers who aren't teachers, so they're not in the classroom during the day. They're there to pick up all those little issues and stop those little issues becoming big issues, and to make sure that the day is smooth through and we can return very quickly when things go wrong to feeling happy, secure and safe. So what, I hear you ask, so you do all those things, what does that look like on the ground? Well, in school, behaviour is very good. Students are respectful to each other. We have a calm, purposeful learning environment, and the students have a positive can-do attitude. There's a strong sense of community, of belonging to ICC, that as a school we are one. And of course, good results. Students do well academically, they do well in wider fields. For example, recently Antef Songui, who was a student here, has played for the Brighton first team for the first time. We're very proud of him, but as we are proud of students who are successful in all routes. And students make good progress. As a result, we've been a bit more in demand over the last few years. We've increased our roll from 180 to 210, and then last year we took an additional group because demand was so strong. Our sixth form's growing. We have a wide offer that meets the needs of all sorts of kinds of students of different abilities, and they're all equally welcomed and valued. And we have more space because we've taken over the wing of the school that once was there for adult education. So we're expanding. There are plans to increase our canteen facilities, which we really need now, and to add a special facility for students with statements. And we want to talk about outcomes for our students, not just exam results. So exam results form a very important part, and they're very strong, but also we have increasing numbers year on year accepting university places, increasing numbers going to Russell Group universities. The academic outcomes are strongly improving, but also the people taking high level apprenticeships. And we have above national and county averages for those students who continue in education or employment. So what we're doing is engaging them in thinking about work, and thinking about university, and thinking about apprenticeships, and they are then successful in securing those things. And we help our students to be aspirational. We talk to them about the things that they could do, whether they choose to do them or not, so that they make an informed choice, and hopefully one that takes them from where they are to somewhere better, and an improved chance for their future. We're very pleased and delighted that we're rated as a good school by Ofsted, but we see ourselves as much more than a number. A school is a very wide, diverse organisation, and it's somewhere where a lot of things are happening all at once. To reduce that down to 1, 2, 3, 4, I think perhaps underestimates the value and power of what a school does. But we like to think that we offer a huge amount for our students that is good and that is successful, and that will take them forward. As I said earlier, we have a growing and very diverse sixth form offer, and really think that does a great deal for our students. So you've heard from me waffling on. I have got some Year 8 students who are here to talk to you just a little bit about their experience of Year 7.
Hello, my name is Ben and I am currently in Year 8 at ICC, and I came from Hilltop Primary School. When I arrived at ICC, there were only about 4 or 5 people who I knew, and only one of those is in my class. I was also concerned about knowing how to follow the timetable and knowing where to go. When I came to ICC, I made friends very quickly because of the half an hour you spend with your mentor group at the start of each morning. There are different things to do each day, and everyone would enjoy them. As for the timetable, it is easy to understand and quite clear about the rooms you need to go to. After a week or two, you start to memorize parts of the timetable. I enjoy going to ICC because there are a few new subjects to do that I hadn't particularly done in primary school, like music, food and computer science, and they are all very fun. With most subjects you are put into classes with students of the same ability, which means it's more interesting and you learn at the same speed as them. The teachers are very nice and there are lots of food choices at lunch.
When I first arrived at ICC, I was really nervous because none of my friends were here and I didn't know anyone, but the teachers and other students were very nice and friendly, which made me feel welcome. Being in ICC, I learned a lot of new and interesting things I didn't learn in primary, and I made lots of new friends. ICC has been great and very fun.
Hello, my name is Sambodhi and I'm a Year 8. In ICC, the school has placed very important measures to keep COVID-19 at bay, such as bubbles, wiping down desks and sanitizing your hands each lesson. However, if your child is sick or we go into another lockdown, there is a shadow curriculum session in each class. This way, your child can do their classes but online. The ICC environment is very friendly. Personally, I found it very easy to make friends. However, if your child needs any learning needs, there are teachers to help and support.
ICC is fantastic.
Thank you to those students. That's great to hear. One thing I want to say about me personally, you can see here Jess and Tom. I'm a parent. I've got two children of school age now, year 13 and year 10, frighteningly. But I always view what we do through the eyes of a parent, and if it were my child. And I think that's really important, because every child is different, every child's an individual. They all have a need to be treated as a person in their own right. They will all have their own insecurities and their fears. They'll all have their strengths and their talents. And it's really important that we support them for who they are, and not just treat them as one child among hundreds. So we would love you to come and see us. What you've seen in this presentation isn't quite as animated as I would normally do at a head teacher's talk, but such are the times we want to keep everybody safe. Within the presentation, the photographs that you see are very out of date. With the last 18 months we've had, photography of students in lessons hasn't really been possible or a priority. So we'd like you to come and see us live, and there are two ways to do that. Our open evening is the 16th of September. You may be watching this after that date. In order that we keep people safe, we'd quite like to spread the open evening through the evening, and what we have asked is that parents and students from our main feeder primaries, our 8 biggest feeder primaries, take an hour slot each, so that between 3 and 4, parents and students from the Mill and West Green come and have a look. 4 till 5 Gossops Green and Waterfield, 5 till 6 Langley Green and St Margaret's, and 6 and 7 Bewbush and Northgate. If you're from another primary school, of course, you're very welcome to come at any time. We're just trying to manage the numbers that are in the building at any one time, so we don't create crowds, which is the reason why this talk is virtual and not live. We want to try and manage community transmission of coronavirus. We don't want to put anybody at any risk. And if you wish, you can book into a tour of the school. They are the dates currently, although I know dates are being added because they're very popular. As you can see, Miss Brown, who's my PA, will organise that for you, and her email contact is there. We'd love to see you. We completely understand if you're nervous or anxious about coming into the school building. There's a lot of information on the school website, including a virtual tour. So if you don't feel comfortable coming, that's absolutely fine. And if you want to contact us and ask any questions, then we'll reply as quickly as we possibly can. Thank you for your time in listening to this talk. As I said earlier, it isn't quite the same as doing this live, and I would love to see you face to face. But we don't want to crowd a whole load of people who don't usually come in contact with each other in one room. I think that's probably a little bit silly. If you have any questions that you want to ask about the school, our policies, or anything else, my email address is there, and I'd love to hear from you. Okay, well, we hope that we will see you in some way, shape or form. If not, good luck. I hope that you have all the information that you need, and that you're successful in choosing a school for your child. I realise how important that is to you. What I would say is I work very closely with all my head teacher colleagues in Crawley, and all of the schools here will serve you well and do a good job. I'm confident of that. Thank you very much.